I guess Happy Friday is irrelevant because you might be watching the replay and it's not on Friday. Hi everybody, I'm so excited. We're going to be making Inspired Living collection is closing its door. I don't know why that happened. So apparently there's an ad and I heard the sound. So sorry about that. Yeah, so we're going to be making a gorgeous Christmas wreath. I haven't even cleaned up my grapevine. Look at all those leaves. Oh. And we have a mix of evergreens. Oops, here, let me. We've got some evergreens. Aren't those pretty? These are from Hobby Lobby. I love them. They're so versatile. And they've got nice big pine cones. I might be using this. I'm not sure. This is from, I opened this in the unboxing that I posted last week. So I haven't decided if I'm going to use this yet, but I love the texture. And then I also have some pieces of the cedar spray here. And I've already cut this up because I was using it in a different wreath to make an updated version of my lamb's ear wreath. So yeah. Oh, and we have these blue berries. Oh, I love these. They're so cute. And I also did an unboxing where I did a ton of different berries here on YouTube. So you can see where I got them. Select Artificials. But yeah, there is a video for opening these and these and this, and the other thing is from Hobby Lobby. So I've got the chat down here so I can see it. And good morning, everybody. So glad you guys are here. Yay. All right, I'm going to move the camera down and I'm going to get started. Hopefully I get it at a good spot today. First try. You guys get to see my messy, messy wreath room. I know, it's not perfect. Anyway, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to clean up our grapevine. Normally, I like to have them cleaned up beforehand, but I didn't get a chance, and this is pretty messy. There's a lot of leaves in here. All right, okay. Milk and Honey Homeschool. Your name, is it Veronica? No, I can't remember. You told me last week. Was that right? Good morning. And Gideon and Sophie, good morning. Hey, just so you know, thank you so much for joining the group. This is just a live video on my YouTube channel. You'll know when it's separate for the VIP group. But yeah, I'm so glad you joined. Yay, I remembered your name, Veronica. Awesome. Marianne, good morning. Okay, so I'm just cleaning up this messy wreath. I'm so sorry I didn't get this done beforehand. I wanted to jump right into the wreath, but that's okay. You get to watch this part. Yes, Wendy says, good morning. Excited for this surprise live. Hope everyone had a good week. Yes, I know. Sometimes when I'm doing my lives on YouTube, they're very spontaneous. I actually wanted to do it yesterday, but I had a horrible headache and I just couldn't do it. Good morning, Jill. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning, Maria and Shay. Patricia. Miss GMD from France. Oh, wow. Nice. Okay, there are a lot of leaves in here. Oh, such a pain. So I'm just cleaning this up. Heather, you're at work? Well, I'm glad you made it. You guys are so funny. Joan. Hi, Joan. And this is just my regular YouTube. Yeah. If you are excited about this wreath, hit that like button if you haven't done that yet. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. If you do subscribe to the channel, make sure if you want to catch the lives, because I do try to send an email out to my email list. But if you want to catch them live, make sure you have your notifications on so that YouTube will hopefully send you a notification. They don't always. Okay, just a minute. I'm just going to use this little, this is a pick, a wooden pick that I use. It normally has a wire on it, and you can use that to tie greeneries. I use it for pine cones a lot, but it also works nice for cleaning out some of these. Oh, Miss GMD, your daughter can't believe I said hi to you. That is so funny. Of course I said hi to you. I appreciate you being here and hanging out with me. Okay, I'm not going to get this perfectly because you guys might get bored. If you guys probably cleaned enough of your own leaves out of grapevines and don't want to sit here watching me do that. Oh, you guys are funny. All right, so I'm almost done. I'm just going to do a quick, gosh, these leaves are annoying. So I don't remember if I said this earlier, but I'm using a 14-inch grapevine. Of course, you can use bigger, but I have such a small table. I like to do tutorials for you guys on a 14-inch because you can see the whole wreath a lot better. Also, check out this ribbon. Isn't that not the most gorgeous ribbon ever? It's this gorgeous blue color, and it's velvet. I actually got it off Amazon. I don't have the link right now because I'm live, but after I'm done, I will find that link and add it to the description if you want. They have a bunch of different colors I ordered, and I've been using them and I love them. The quality is so great. So I will link that when I get a chance. Okay, so now that our wreath is clean-ish, also, if you have a random thing that sticks out, you can't really work around it, I would just cut it off if it's not essential. You can also tie some wire to each side, but that twig was really, you can't really tell from the video, but it was sticking up quite a bit, and I wanted that to be on the back. All right. So first, I'm going to be using, I've been using these. I have a wreath I did that was featured in the VIP group, and I used these, and I was saving the pine cones for this wreath that I'm going to make today. Betty Kirk, you are the sweetest. You make my day every time I read one of your comments. Seriously, you're so nice. Oh, yes, happy Thanksgiving. I cannot even believe that Thanksgiving is next week. It seems crazy to me, and it's late this year, but it just seems so early. So I'm just cutting off some of the pine cones. I probably want, oh, this doesn't even have any greenery on it. Yeah, I'm just cutting those off. And, oh, also, I'm using my favorite wire cutters linked in the description, and I'm using floral wire. I've got scissors for when I make the bow, and hot glue and a hot glue gun. Can't forget those essentials. So I'm just going to cut this up a little. You don't have to cut it up too much, but there's lots of pieces. I'm going to try and go quickly because I am helping in my kids' school today. I help with recess duty on Fridays. So I don't have a ton of time. That's why I'm not usually on a live this early, but today I am. Betty, thank you so much. You are really kind. Okay. So this is our main greenery. And did I mention this is from Hobby Lobby? I've been getting it for the past few years. I just love it. So I'm going to put a generous amount of glue on this stem, and I'm going to just stick the whole thing in there because it's a pretty heavy stem. But I'm going to stick the whole thing in there, and I'm just going to go all the way around the wreath. Since this wreath is not perfectly round, it actually looks more round on camera than it is in real life. I'm going to make sure this part sticks out a little more than this so that it looks perfectly round when you see the wreath. So I'm just going to go all the way around the wreath with these pieces. And just so you know, this is the first time I've made this wreath. I've had it in my head for a while, but this is the first time I'm actually putting it together. So we'll see how that goes. I often change my mind live, and you get to see my thought process. But first I'm going to fill it out on the outside. You can make a pretty good size wreath even if you're only using a 14-inch grapevine, just from sticking things out. So this has a lot of little nubs. Oops, I think this one's clogged, so that's not going to work. I'm going to save this. I'll just put it on the inside. But when you have some nubs, I don't know what they're called, but I call them nubs. You can take some random leaves. I think I have some. Maybe I don't. I promise I'm still here. I'm just down here. Sometimes I have stuff under my table. Okay, this one has a nice hollow hole. I don't know if you can see that, and this one does not. So if I have a nice hollow hole, I will just put a little glue there, and I will stick it onto that little nub. And then I will cut those extra pieces off. This is one of my favorite greeneries. It's so versatile. I love it for the pine cones. I love it for the greenery. It's just so nice. It's pretty good quality. And you can get it at Hobby Lobby. And I don't know if you guys have noticed. I'm very sure you have. But buying supplies online, especially at Hobby Lobby, is very difficult because they're always sold out. But I've had a lot of good luck going into the stores. And so that's where I was able to find pretty much everything lately. This piece is a little wild, so what I do with those, because I don't want it to fall out or like flop over when the wreath is hung up, so I'm just going to put some floral wire in there, just around the stem. Betty Kirk says, be sure and hit that like button. Yes. And maybe share it with somebody who you think would like it. Sharing is one of the nicest things you can do. It helps my channel out so much. Like, it really, really helps. But I'm so glad you guys are here. Let's see. Heather says, are those located in the long stem floral area or the Christmas pick section? Actually, neither. These are located in the aisles, at least at the Hobby Lobbies in my area. They're located in the aisles in the big buckets that they have kind of by the long stems. But yeah, so I guess by the long stems, but in the buckets that they put in the middle. That's where I've found them anyway. Oh, thank you. Wendy likes the color of my sweater. Thank you. I love this color too for fall. I debated changing my sweater because it doesn't really match making a Christmas wreath. But I thought, you know, blue and orange, you know, they go. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. Because I was a little self-conscious about it. So that kind of makes me feel better. Wendy says, my Hobby Lobby is entirely wiped clean. The shelves are totally bare like it's March. It's awful. Same. Honestly, mine are horribly empty. It's kind of depressing. But the seasonal section, although I haven't been in a couple weeks, has been pretty full. So that's been nice. I mean, they do sell out quickly of their really popular things. But for the most part, their seasonal section has been okay. And then for the staples that I use, by staples, I mean like the greenery I use all the time. I just have those notifications turned on from Hobby Lobby, so they'll send out an email when those go back in stock. Actually, a member of my group mentioned, because I don't check my normal, I check my Jenny's Wreath Boutique email all the time, but my main email I don't check very often, or not my main email, but my personal email. But I do get notifications when stuff is restocked at Hobby Lobby. But there are so many sweet members in the group that will be like, hey everybody, this greenery is back in stock at Hobby Lobby. And that has actually helped me the last couple times, because the eucalyptus I used just went back in stock, and I was so grateful that someone had mentioned that, because I might have missed it. Let's see. Jenny, is the wreath made the same as the 26th one you made for your friend, or did you use a pine base? I use a grapevine base. I don't use pine bases very often. Here, I'll show you one. This is a pine base. This is my, sorry. That's a pine base. That's probably the only one in my shop. Oops. Let's put this over here. Sorry, I get off topic. That's probably the only one in my shop right now that's a pine base. I don't use them often, but they're great. I just prefer grapevines. But yeah, wasn't that wreath I made for my friend gorgeous? Oh, so pretty. And she has a black door. It looks so good. Oh, wow. The seasonal section at your Hobby Lobby is empty too. Oh, that's so sad. Well, I think I'm kind of lucky because my area has 3 Hobby Lobbies now. So it's kind of spread out. So I don't know. But yeah, it's been a bummer this year. But hopefully things will go back to normal. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe I'm too optimistic. Helen, hi from Boise. Yay. A local. Maybe we'll run into each other at Hobby Lobby one of these days. If you do, say hi. I'll probably be embarrassed because I'll look gross, but I'd still want you to say hi. Oh. But yeah, if you can't find this exact greenery, just use any kind of pine greenery. Anything would work. I just like this one, but even if I didn't have this, I have other options I could use. And it's so important to be flexible, especially this year. So yeah, hopefully you can find something that will work. So I'm saving the pieces with the big pine cones because I'm going to add them last. Or not last, but after this part. But yeah, sometimes Hobby Lobby Online surprises you and they have restocked something. And it's so great. Oops. So I'm almost done with this part. I better hurry. Okay. Lorna, hello from Toronto, Canada. Hi. Glad you're here. Okay. All right. So now that we have the base pretty much covered, I'm going to add in my big pine cones. And I'm going to use 5. I like to use either 3 or 5 of a focal point like this. So I'm going to be using 5, I think. Or yeah, 5's good. Just evenly distributed around the wreath. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. Make sure you see this one's kind of smaller. try and mix them up if you can. Oh, Margarita found some at Joann's Fabric. Nice. How do you stop glue gun leaking glue? Well, mine doesn't really leak glue. Just make sure you have a good hot glue gun. I don't know. I guess if mine's on a long time, it will leak a little bit, but I use a silicone mat and then they just like pop off. The little beads pop off, but it doesn't leak too much. It shouldn't be leaking. But I don't, one thing, I never lay my glue gun on the side. I cringe every time I see anybody lay a glue gun down on the side because apparently that is bad for it. Ah, put it in the wrong spot. Apparently that's not great for it. And also, wait till it's warmed up before you start squeezing it, before you start pulling on the trigger, because yeah, it'll ruin your glue gun. I've learned this the hard way, just so you know. It'll ruin your glue gun if you do that too often. That's what happened to my last one. So don't do that. Yeah, any craft store around this time of year should have some kind of pine. I've got tons of different kinds back here. But yeah. Okay, one more pine cone. Isn't this so pretty? Just need more glue. Sharon says, hi from Peabody, Massachusetts. It's the first time I'm watching you live. I love all your designs. Oh, thank you so much, Sharon. Glad you're here. Okay, that, I gotta make these evenly distributed, and this long stem is making me think I'm putting it in a different spot. Okay, there we go. So now we have that. Now to decide, should I put these in with these? I'm gonna put in these just to, it's such a nice filler, and it adds a nice texture, but it's kind of the same color, which is good, but it'll give it some nice fullness and coverage, which is always great. And I opened these in my last unboxing I just posted last week, which was fun. Now you get to see me use them. Okay, oh, I gotta hurry. Okay. So I'm just sticking this around. I just like that extra texture it adds. And it really fills in the grapevine. Makes the wreath look really full. Well, it helps it look really full and lush, abundant. Oops. Just whatever kind of evergreens you can find. If you can find 2 or 3 that go well together, whatever you have available to you would be great. Because not everyone lives here and has the same materials as me. So just use what you can find. Okay. Ooh, it's already looking so pretty. I'm excited. All right, I think I am going to add a few of these in. And these have actually been kind of a pain, just so you know. How many pine picks are you using? You mean the cedar ones? I used two of them. So this is what they look like that. Are these what you're talking about? I used two. I had already had them cut up, so I just thought so, okay, that wasn't too bad. So these are kind of annoying because they're wrapped in the string, so I just cut it, and now I'm undoing the string because I don't want it unraveling on my customer, so I'm just taking it off, but it's kind of a hassle, but it goes pretty quickly. Marcy says, thank you for these videos this weekend. I feel like I took a course with you as a teacher for about 3 hours. Oh, I love that. Thank you for watching. I love teaching this. I feel very blessed to be able to do this as my job. It's awesome. I love it. So I appreciate you watching, because if no one watched, it wouldn't be as fun. So all of these extra greeneries, they aren't necessary. You could just add in that one thicker and you'd be just fine. But I just love having a mix of 3. I just think it looks more expensive. Well, it is more expensive, but it just looks really nice. And then I used, well, for the main pine that I used, how many did I use? Well, some of them were pieces because I have a bunch behind me on my wall. So I probably used about 1.5. And then this is part of a large pine thing that I've actually already used for 2 hoop wreaths, and I'm using this, and I've only used about half of it. This was in my unboxing last week. Do you guys remember this? And there's just so many. It's such a good value because you can use so many different pieces. And the quality is really good. And doesn't it look like a fresh Christmas wreath? I get questions all the time asking, hey, how long does this last? Do I need to water it? Although people normally know that they don't water fresh Christmas wreaths, so I'll tell them it should last forever if you take care of it. But yeah, I did have a customer upset once. It was a few years ago because because she saw it was not real, because she thought it was real when she bought it, even though it's all over my page. But that's such a great compliment, isn't it? When people think your things are real. I love it. I just always want to make sure that they know it's not when they purchase it. But, oops. Oh boy. Has anyone ever gotten their hair in hot glue? Luckily I didn't this time, but it was very close. I haven't added up the total cost for this wreath yet. Since I haven't made it yet and I wasn't 100% sure everything I was going to use, I have not added it up. But wow, it looks so pretty so far, doesn't it? So now I'm going to add in these berry clusters just to give it that pop of blue. And I'm going to add it, I'm trying to decide, should I add a cluster of 3 or should I just do the 1? I'm going to try it with 3. And when you have styrofoam berries like this, it's really important that you check to make sure that there aren't any pieces coming off, because then it shows up really white and it can ruin the whole cluster. So sometimes I'll take a Sharpie, like a black Sharpie or whatever color you have, and just color it in and put that part on the back. So this berry's coming off a little bit. I'm just going to dab in some glue and hold it there. But yeah, aren't these blueberries gorgeous? And they add so much. And I think this is a great way to add that blue that is so trendy this year. Actually last year too, because I really wanted to use this gorgeous ribbon and it goes so well with these berries. And I thought these would be perfect. I usually use these berries for my spring and summer wreaths, but I thought it would be perfect for winter because it looks really natural. And I was thinking juniper has berries that are blue, so why not use these? They're not juniper, but I think I like the clusters. Is that too much blue, you think? Or, I don't know. This one's got kind of a lot. I don't want to overwhelm it with blue. I want it to, but I guess if I put some of the, see how I'm incorporating it around like that? But yeah, if you saw my unboxing video of these, I got so many of them. Let's see. Holly asked, does your daughter enjoy doing, are you talking to me? My daughter always wants to help. She loves this. Aren't these clusters so pretty? The long leaves are not from Hobby Lobby. Sorry, I'm trying to look through the chat while I'm doing this. The long leaves I did in my latest unboxing. I think it was a video I just posted last week. Okay, so here is this big, gorgeous cluster, and a berry fell off. So you can either glue it on, so I'm just going to glue it right there, or you can take a Sharpie, because I don't know if I trust the, well, I'll just glue it. But you can also take a Sharpie with black or blue and color that in, and people will not notice. But I'm just going to hold that there for a minute. Yes, odd numbers, absolutely. Betty Kirk says, you know the rule is to always use odd numbers in art, and that goes as well for like landscaping or really anything. Odd numbers are great. Unless you go over a certain amount, I think it's totally fine. But yeah, 3 or 5 is great. Wow, this is so pretty. I love it. Okay, so there are all the berries. This wreath is looking so good. Yes, for floral arrangements too, Marcy, absolutely. Okay, so now you can absolutely leave this wreath as it is, but I'm going to add some ribbon because why not? And the nice thing about this, and I'm going to link it when I am able to, so hopefully if you're watching the replay, hopefully this will be in the description linked. It's from Amazon. I love it. And I'm just going to, let's see, use my scissors. And let's see, how long do I want it? They were running low last time I checked, so hopefully, you know what, I don't even think I cut it long enough. No! Don't do that. Shoot. So I'm just tying it in a bow, like a normal bow. Yeah, I need longer ribbon. Wow, I'm just gonna not cut it until I'm done. That's a rookie mistake. Goodness. Okay, so I'm just tying it in a regular knot or a regular bow like you tie your shoes, except I'm trying really hard to leave the part that has the velvet on the outside, and then I tighten it. But before I tighten it all the way, I'm going to get my floral wire. Yeah, no Michaels and or Hobby Lobby in France. I know. I heard recently one of you guys told me. I apologize. I can't remember the name. Said for your UK friends. So I'm probably France too. Joanne's ships over there, which sounds great. So here's our bow. I'm going to cut the tails. I probably could have made the tails a little longer, but that's totally fine. So I'm going to see where it looks nice and round. And then I'm going to tie it to the grapevine just at the bottom. And I like the bow to look droopy. It just looks so pretty. And of course, you do not need, oops, sorry. Are you guys still there? For some reason my thing stopped. Okay, let me know if you're still there. So I just tied this with floral wire right there, and I'll just tuck that in. Oops. While I'm in the back, this part is sticking out. Don't want that. But if you're sticking your stems along the grapevine, you shouldn't have too many pieces sticking out. Okay. Oops. So kind of tied that a little tight. So just make sure the velvet part is sticking forward. And make sure your tails are the same length. I just cut mine at an angle. Oops. And here it is. Isn't that so pretty? I love it. I'm going to move the camera back. It was frozen for a while. Okay. I'm so sorry about that. I'm glad it didn't cut me off entirely. Okay, here it is. I'm so excited. This is exactly what I was hoping it would be. Is that ribbon gorgeous or what? Oh my goodness. I gotta make sure those tails are sticking forward. But there it is. If you didn't want the blue ribbon, you could also add some bells or something. That would be really pretty, but here it is. Oh my goodness. See, it's perfect. It's classic. It looks natural, but it has that blue. And this would be great for all winter, really. So anyway, so glad you guys were watching with me or hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And yeah, let's see. All right. I think I answered your questions. If I missed anything, I'm so sorry. Write another comment if you watch the replay, and I will answer any questions. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and share this with a friend who also loves crafting. Maybe you can have a little craft night. That'd be so fun. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.